So, hello. Here we're going to talk about our how to draw a solid shirt from cotton. And I have a reference photo, which is right here. And it's good to use reference photos so you know how authentically shirts are made, because then you're not making up the, number of the buttons, how they're placed. You actually see the real execution of the shirt, and it will be easier for you to draw. And you can, of course, change the design elements to whatever according to your design, but at least you have a reference point. So this is my template, and I'm starting with just more of drawing the shape first, and I want to relax it a little bit more than what I have in a reference photo, because reference photo is a little bit too tight. So I want to make it slightly more casual and more relaxed and wider. So I'm kind of sketching in the shape here, and so here I'm just indicating with lighter lines how wide I want it, and here I'm gonna draw the color going around the neck, and you want to make sure you're drawing symmetrically from the middle of the body, right and left. So normally casual shirts are worn with the first button unbuttoned, and that's how I'm gonna draw it too. And again, I'm looking how my shirt color shape is here. I like that shape, and I want to kind of repeat it. And it's very small, and with little button down element here, and that helps me to make it more realistic shirt drawing. So your placket, which is this part that buttons over, it overlaps your middle part a little bit, so it overlaps. And if you want to kind of know how wide it is, it's like same distance from the middle to the edge as from here to here. That would be your kind of placket width. And it's usually the width is based on the how wide is your button, and that that helps. Usually plackets are anywhere like from 3/4 to 1 inch at the widest, but normally they're like 3/4 inch at their width, so they're not very wide unless you're designing it that way. So here also you see the color stand underneath the color, and it wraps around the neck, so you want to also show a little bit of the back of the color when it's unbuttoned, because when it's buttoned, it's supposedly, if it's a tailored shirt, it's supposed to be very tight on the neck, but on a casual and especially on unbuttoned shirts, you're going to see it a little bit unbuttoned and a little bit looser at the neck. Here, and the edges are slightly curved. Here is my placket here. This part, it goes under this placket, and here kind of continues. And the placement of the buttons is easy to figure out, because one is at the top here, and one you have across the chest, and so these are kind of like evenly placed, but you have to have one that's like very close to the top, and then you have to have one that's across the chest, otherwise the chest will open if it's too much of a distance there. And then there is a distance where the buttons are ending, so it's not at the very end, but it's an equal distance kind of from here to here. So that's a common mistake when people like start putting buttons in random places, but just having a reference photo will help to eliminate all those things. So usually there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 buttons are the standard on men's shirts. And you know, you have like tiny buttons on the collar as well if you want to, but you don't have to. So here I'm gonna draw 1 button here, 1 in this side, and of course you want to draw them close down and you know, have equal distance between them too, so you kind of count that distance between the buttons that you're drawing so they're not in random locations. And classically they do have a pocket which is right, you know, at the chest. And for pockets you definitely want to have your seams. You don't want to forget your seams. And here you have like 3/4 seams from the edge, and then you have a tighter top stitching all around. So normally on the relaxed shirts you have seams that are off the shoulders. So this is my shoulder line, but I'm gonna drop the seams that are not right at the shoulders. They're dropping, so that makes it more casual and less tailored. And then I'm gonna soften it up again with few folds. And then here I can make like a little band on the side. So the way you want to draw the shirt sleeves, it's a little bit like rounded down at the edges. And this would be your base kind of shirt. So again, having reference will help you tremendously, so try to have that before starting to draw. And you can add your design elements once you're finishing your shape and ready to finalize. So I have stitching here too. Okay, so this would be the basic shape for my shirt.